As I mentioned yesterday, I said that I would be sharing new information about the gameplay and the new trucks that are heading into both Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator in the next updates. So, today, we are finally going to talk about that. Now, before we get deeper into everything, I just want to quickly say, if you enjoy content like this, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow, and it keeps you updated with everything coming to ETS2 and ATS. There are a lot of exciting things happening behind the scenes right now, especially when it comes to trucks. But just to make it clear from the start, today I will not be talking about rigid trucks. As many of you already know, things have been very quiet on that topic lately. Over the next updates, we will see a lot of new trucks entering both games. Some of these trucks are brand new additions, while others are reworks of trucks we already know. Let's start with some of the trucks expected in Euro Truck Simulator 2. One of the biggest ones people have been waiting for is the Mercedes-Benz Actros 6, especially the L variant. This truck represents the newest generation of the Actros lineup, and many players have been hoping to see it appear in ETS2 for quite some time. Alongside it, we may also see the Mercedes-Benz Actros 5, which is another modern truck that fits perfectly with the current generation of European transport. But Mercedes isn't the only brand with changes coming. We are also expecting a Mercedes-Benz Actros 4 rework, which will refresh the truck and bring it closer to modern standards in the game. And that is not all. There is also the MAN E6 rework, which many players have been waiting for because the current MAN trucks in the game have started to show their age compared to the newer models. But beyond reworks, we also have some classic and interesting trucks on the way. One example is the Scania 1112M, a legendary truck that many longtime truck fans recognize immediately. This truck brings a completely different feeling compared to modern trucks. Driving something like the 1112M is not just about transport, it is about experiencing trucking history. Now, if we move over to American Truck Simulator, the list becomes just as exciting. We have the Ford CLT, which is a very interesting addition because it represents a different era of American trucking. Then there is the Volvo VNL, which is already a well-known truck in ATS, but there are expectations for improvements and updates to keep it modern. Alongside that, we also have the Volvo VNR, another truck that would bring more variety to the Volvo lineup. And then there is something many players are curious about, the Mack Pioneer. Mack trucks have always had a strong presence in ATS, and adding another Mack model would expand that lineup even more. We also have the Kenworth 990, a truck that many players love because of its strong classic American design. Then there is the Peterbilt 579, which could receive improvements as well, alongside a Peterbilt rework that may refresh parts of the existing truck lineup. And of course, we cannot forget the Freightliner e-Cascadia, which represents the future of trucking with electric technology. Seeing electric trucks inside ATS could be a very interesting step for the simulator. Now, what makes all of this exciting is that these trucks will not all arrive at once. They will be spread across multiple updates in the future. So with every new update that arrives, we may see one or two new trucks, reworks, or improvements being introduced. This means the truck lineup in both games will continue to grow steadily over time. Now here is something very interesting. Most people are focusing only on the trucks themselves. Everyone talks about which truck is coming next. Everyone talks about brands. Everyone talks about designs. But there is something just as important that many people are not really discussing, and that is the gameplay of these trucks. Because the gameplay experience of driving these trucks is also changing, and that change started around update 1.58. From that update, many things about trucks began improving behind the scenes. The first big change is engine sound. Truck engine sounds have been updated and improved, and this alone changes the entire driving experience. When you accelerate, when you shift gears, when you climb a hill, or when you slow down, the truck feels more alive. Instead of sounding repetitive or flat, each truck now has a more unique sound profile. You can hear the engine working harder. You can hear the power of the truck more clearly. And when you spend long hours driving across the map, these sounds make the experience far more immersive. Another major improvement that many players may not realize is dynamic lighting inside the cabin. The interior of trucks is becoming more detailed and more realistic. Now, the lighting inside the cabin can react to the environment around you. For example, when you drive at night, the interior lighting feels different compared to daytime. When you pass under streetlights, you may notice subtle lighting changes inside the truck. These small details make a big difference, especially for players who drive in interior view most of the time. And many players do exactly that. So, when the cabin lighting improves, it adds another level of realism. It starts to feel less like a game and more like actually sitting inside a truck. Now, let's talk about another important part of gameplay: physics. Truck physics have been slowly improving over time. The way trucks handle, the way they react to weight, the way they move when turning or braking, all of these things matter. When physics improve, the truck begins to feel heavier and more realistic. You start to feel the difference between an empty trailer and a heavy cargo load. You feel the truck pulling harder uphill. You feel the momentum when slowing down. These details make driving more engaging. And when you combine improved physics with better engine sounds and improved cabin lighting, the experience becomes something much deeper. Driving stops feeling like simply moving from point A to point B. Instead, it becomes a proper trucking simulation. Now imagine combining all these improvements together. You have new trucks with modern designs. You have updated engine sounds. You have improved physics. You have dynamic lighting inside the cabin. And you have the ever-expanding maps of ETS2 and ATS. When all of this comes together, driving a truck in the future updates will feel different compared to the trucks we have been driving for years. It will feel more immersive, more detailed, more realistic, and that is something many players will notice immediately once these trucks start arriving in the updates. Some trucks will feel more powerful, some will feel smoother, some will feel older and more mechanical, especially classic trucks. But that variety is exactly what makes trucking simulations interesting. Every truck should feel unique. Every truck should have its own character. So as we look ahead to the future updates of Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator, there is clearly a lot to be excited about. New trucks, truck reworks, improved sounds, better physics, and more immersive interiors. All of these things together will slowly transform the driving experience. And remember, these trucks will not appear all at once. They will arrive across multiple updates over time, so every new update could bring something new to discover. And that is what keeps the community excited. But for now, we will continue watching closely for any new information that appears. And when more news comes out about trucks, gameplay, or future updates, we will definitely talk about it here. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future updates about ETS2 and ATS.